Hey there, how's it going? Welcome to Loop Learnings. This is the next video in the series. We are making clinic management system, and in this video, we'll be focusing on creating the continuous form and a form for the CRUD operation. So, if you are interested in learning that, and we'll be including VB as well for sure. If you're interested in learning that, then stick around and watch until the end. Hopefully, you'll learn a thing or two. And if you're new to my channel, welcome. If you're returning, welcome back. In any case, if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, make sure you do and hit the bell icon so you get notification whenever I upload a new video. Right. So what are we going to do in this video? Well, in last couple of videos, I made these forms. These are continuous forms. Basically, presents the data in the table and row format, and we want to make the same continuous form for the patients. Okay, similar looking continuous form, similar concept, to keep things aligned and simple. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy one of these form, and I'm going to paste it, and I'm going to give them a name. Give the form a name, manage patients. Okay, so that's done. We'll right click on it. We'll design view. We'll go to design view. We'll select all the fields, get rid of them. All right, we'll change from create medicine to create patients, change management. All right, now we'll go back to the VB editor. Why? Because we need to get rid of this form. uh, we need to get rid of this form code, the code behind this form. All right, so that's done. Now let's change the name of this button. So instead of create medicine, we'll have create patients. Okay. So that's done. Now next we'll have the text boxes, or rather the fields. And that I will do when I will assign a new record source, which is TBL patients. Now I can bring the fields onto this form. Here we go. And then Control A, we bring them all here. And then what we do is we go and make them as tabular view. So we close them. And in the tabular view, this will make it white color, full white. So we can see it properly. And we'll bring these text boxes closer as well. There we go. Okay. We're still going to do a bit of formatting. So for example, the patient ID stays on the left side, but we'll also give a space in the name. Okay. Then we'll have first name. We'll give a space in there. We'll have last name. We'll have age, gender, address, phone, email, insurance company. All right. We don't need to do this formatting. The reason is because I'm going to get some of the fields as of like non-visible fields out of line. Select them all. We'll right click on these. We'll go to the property sheet, format, visible no, width 0. Okay. We still want them. I'll tell you later on why, but we don't want to have them be visible onto the continuous form. So let's select the first and last name. And why? Because we need to extend them. Basically, we need to change the width from 1 to 1 point, let's say 8. Maybe we can increase further, 1.9. Okay, how about that? I think we can do it further. We can increase further. But anyway, just leave it right there. I think the address field also is not required to be seen. So we'll hide them and we'll make 0. Now we have got even more space, right? But we'll give a space to phone. There we go. What else we can do? Yeah, I think that's it. So we'll align them to the center and we'll select that. And we'll bring this here. No. Okay, so let's select these text boxes and change the height to 0.3 and then the margin to 0.05. And now what we can do is we can change the width of the line as well. And that's pretty much it. Okay, there you go. Okay, no record, hence no data is visible. Now let's go ahead and actually to make a CRUD form for the CRUD operation. I don't know what's happening. Why? Oh, so we'll copy this, right? Staff form, something like that. Okay, let's copy that, paste it, and we'll say patient form. And we'll right click on patient form, go to design view, get rid of every field. And now we will assign a record source, which is basically TBL patient. So we can fetch the record of fetch the table fields onto the form, and then we can make them stack. We go to arrange, narrow heading, we go to home, we make full black color font. Now we keep them selected, we go back to property sheet, format tab. So we are going to change the height to 0.3, and then the margin, top margin would be 0.05. So we'll align them towards the left of the form, and we'll give a little bit of uh, width increase. We'll make them bold, and then we'll have patient ID, and then we'll have the first name, we'll have the last name, we'll have the age, we'll have the gender, we'll have the address, we'll have the phone, we'll have the email address. That's a little bit of tedious work, but we have to do. We have to do to make sure that at least the application have basics correctly, right? So insurance number, there you go. Okay, we will now extend the text boxes as well. There you go. Now the next thing we are going to do is we are going to make them unbound, all of the fields, and not just fields. We'll make the form as unbound as well. Okay, so get rid of these: address, phone, email, insurance company, and then insurance number. All right, that's done. Now, next thing is what we want to do is we want to make sure that these two fields are actually enabled no, locked yes. Okay, so we'll change the background color as well for these fields. There you go. Now we will do the VB coding behind create, and instead of inactive, we'll say update. Okay, and then we'll come here, and then we'll say update. Now we'll go to the event tab, dot dot dot, and we'll get rid of all the code that we already have, because we'll be doing the coding from the start. Okay, so now that is done, we will take the patients table and we'll go to design view of the table. And you know why I do that generally. If you don't, it's okay. You keep watching and you will get to know. Now I'll go to the VB editor behind the create button and code dot 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 code builder. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn on the magnifier, and I'm going to kind of zoom in a little bit. Now, first we will do the declaration of a variable. So we'll say dim rs as record set. Set rs equals current db dot open record set parenthesis open parenthesis close, and then we'll give a name of the table, and the table name is God, I have to close it. Copy, rename, copy it. There we go. Whenever you're working with SQL or external database from Access, make sure that you give this type. So db open dynaset, comma dbc changes as an option. Very, very important. Okay. So after you're done with that, then you will open a record set, basically rs dot add new, and then you will close that with rs date. Sorry, rs dot update, and then we'll say rs dot close, and then you'll say set rs equals nothing. This is very, very important. You must ensure that you do that. Now we'll start adding the record, basically copying the record from this form to actually this table. So let's go back to this table, and now what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy these one by one. So rs exclamation mark first name equal me dot first name. Then we'll copy the last name, rs exclamation mark last name equal me dot last name. Then we'll copy the third one, rs age equal me dot age. Then we'll copy the next one, gender, rs exclamation mark gender equal me dot gender. Then we'll copy the next one, which is address. So rs address equals me dot address. Then we'll copy the phone. So rs exclamation mark phone equals me dot phone. All right. Then we'll copy the email. rs exclamation mark email equals me dot email. Then we'll copy the insurance company, rs exclamation mark insurance company, me dot insurance company. Then we have rs exclamation mark insurance number. All right, me dot insurance number. So that's done. This code will actually transfer everything from the form onto the table completely. The next thing I want to do is I want to fetch the last patient ID created. I want that patient ID to be presented onto this form under the patient ID field. All right. So we will get that by using the dmax function. But first, I do that. I copy it. Why? I'll tell you later. And we'll say me dot patient ID equals, and then you will say dmax because that's the function we will use. Parenthesis open, parenthesis close. And now it is saying between these quotes what you want to write, what you want to basically fetch. Give me the reference of that field. So that's what you are giving. So patient ID. You want to fetch the patient ID, comma, from where you need to fetch. Well, I need to fetch from TBL patient table. All right. So that will give you the patient ID. One more thing before we close the new record creation topic, we will also notify to the user. So we'll say message box, and then we'll say the um, patient. If you want to give a name, you can. All right. So the patient, me dot first name, has been created successfully. Okay. That's about it. So let's zoom out now. All right. There we go. So that's the VBA code for creating the record. You know what is a good point is we can actually copy the entire this code that we have just written, and we can convert that to update record, obviously with a little bit of modification. So that's what I'm going to demonstrate. So let's go to the update button. We'll go to the event tab, dot 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 code builder. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy the entire thing until here, and then I'm going to paste in here. The reason I did that because the field names are exactly the same when we're updating the record. Also, the table name is same. So what we need to modify is basically actually going there and changing the uh, declaration of the variable. So instead of rs, because this is already declared to add a record, we'll actually say rs update to update the record. All right. So only that's the change. No, there's a little more which we will add. But first, whatever you have it. Oops, not this. Not this. I wanted to zoom in to the, here we go, magnify. So whatever you have rs under the btn update, you change all the rs to rs update, but rest of the code remains same, except there is a very important modification which I'll tell you right now. What is that? So that you have to modify. Actually, you will add one line of code which would be and you don't need this actually when you're updating the record. So rs update dot close, set rs update equals to nothing. So instead of create it, you can say update it. All right. So that's done. If we will go up, so what modification I was talking about? This is the one. So we'll say edit. Then what I need to do is I need to point to that record set in the point to the record in the record set. So basically what I'm talking about is this table might have hundreds and thousands of records, right? So I want to update, if I'm updating something, a phone number or address or insurance company number whatsoever, I want to update the correct record, right? So that's why you have to add this line of code. So we'll say rs update dot find first, and what we are asking to find is patient ID equals ampersand me dot patient ID. Oop, not this, me dot patient ID. All right. So that's about it. I think that's the code that you need to actually perform the update function. So we'll debug that just in case if there's any error. Nothing seems to be. So that's fantastic. Now we will move on and we will actually do the coding for the last two buttons or controls. So first one is this, create patient. So basically what we want is we want this form to open when we click on create patient button, so we can add a new record. So in here we'll go to the event tab, on click event dot 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 code builder, and we'll have one line of code here, and that would be do cmd dot open form double quote, and we'll give a name of the patient form, right? Patient, right? Okay, that's correct. So let's zoom out now. We'll, close that. And the last activity you have to do, last task is to do the coding behind the patient ID, but patient ID control, which is text box. And the whole idea is that we want to make sure that we open the respective records. So if there are hundreds and thousands of patients records, what we want, if a user click on any of the record, we want that record to be opened in the patient form. So this form basically should be opened, populated with that respective record. So that's what we are looking for. Hopefully you got the idea. So we click on that, we go to the event tab, on click event dot dot dot, and then we'll choose code builder, and in here we will zoom in again, and in here we'll do a coding. So basically first of all we want the form to open, so we'll say do cmd dot open form. Which form? Well, open the patient form, so patient patient form. Once that is happening, once that is done, so forms patient form exclamation mark, and you are looking for the patient ID, right? So because you want to transfer the patient ID as well. So patient ID equal me dot patient ID. Now let's copy this line of code and let's paste it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We'll see. If we want, we can add it later. So patient ID is done. So we'll have me dot first name, right? So we'll copy that, we'll paste here. Me dot last name, we copy that, we paste here. Me dot age, I think that's the next control. All right, so after age, me dot gender, and that's the next control. And then after gender, what do we have? Address, phone, email, insurance company, insurance number. Okay, me dot address. All right, so we'll copy that. Me dot phone, we copy that. And email, insurance company, insurance number. All right, me dot email, so we copy that. Me dot insurance company. There we go. That's what I said. We will have to copy one more, and that's okay. Insurance number. By the way, with this line of code, if you are in case wondering what this guy is doing, what we are doing is basically, let me just zoom out a little bit now so you can see what we have done. So what we are doing basically, we are telling Microsoft Access that whenever user click on the ID, right, open the form, which is patient form, but populate that form with all of these fields. Remember, this form is unbound form. Okay, hopefully let's remove the table. So this form is unbound form, so that's why we have to do that. So yeah, I think that's it, we're done. So let's go ahead and test it out. Now before I do that, I want to make this field as a hyperlink, so users will know that something is there, we can click and do something. So let's go to form view and let's create a new patient. I need to change this staff to patient, but anyway, we'll see that later. So we'll say Mr. ABC, last name XYZ, age, let's say 78, gender male. By the way, you can have a drop down male, female, etc. Address, this is the address of the customer. Phone, let's say 01234567, whatever. And then email, Mr. Sorry, abc at email.com, something like that. Insurance company. By the way, I made the insurance number as non-editable field. That should not be the case. Okay, so because insurance company is important, so let's say insurance is worldwide insurance, something like that. Okay, and I don't know. Let's click on create. I'm hoping I hope we'll not get an error, but let's see. Oh no, it's created. But this form is not requeried. Why not? Let's see that. Sorry. Manage patients. Yep. So the form has to be requeried, which means basically refreshed when user creates a new record or update a existing record. So I'm exiting the uh, magnifier because I want to see it clearly. With magnifier, the form just goes here and there. So right click, design view. First of all, I need to remove this. I want to enable yes, lock no, and then make it white. So it's editable field. The next thing is I will go to create button, even tab, dot, dot, dot. In here, I will actually add a little bit of coloring, some icons, so the message box looks better as well. Now here, I did not actually refresh the form. So I want to technically refresh this form. So we'll go here, design view, and then we'll refresh this form and we'll call it forms, exclamation mark, and then we'll say manage patient, right click, because this is open already. So I want to just be sure that I'm not giving the incorrect form name. All right, so dot requery. Let's do the same behind the update button as well. All right, so here we can do it here. All right, okay, that's great. I think now we can create another patient just to see if that refresh happens. And also remember all right, let's see. Let's change that to manage patients. Okay. All right. Let's click here. Now let's open this patient. All right. Here we go. Now let's update so we can check update is working or not. So W12345. Maybe that's the insurance number. So let's update. So yeah, the information is being updated. Perfect. Now let's create a new one because I want to see a new record created. So we'll say uh, Miss uh, YZX. I don't want to give any name, so I'm just using this ABC. So 67 female, let's say address. This is her address. Um, YZX at email.com. Sorry, come on. All right, here. This is the phone number. Insurance company is worldwide as well, and the insurance number is W so and so. So let's create that. There you go. Now it is being refreshed. So this is what I wanted to demonstrate. This is what I wanted to do in this video. So I hope that you have learned something. Even if you have not, let me know in the comments below. Um, if you have, also let me know in the comments below. I hope that you are enjoying this series. Please do let me know in the comments below as well. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you for supporting, keep watching. Subscribe to the channel, hit the bell icon so you get notification whenever I upload a new video. Thanks very much. I'll see you in the next one.